Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video that I have never done before on my channel, and I honestly don't know why I waited so long. This video was requested to me quite a while ago, and I thought what an awesome idea because I've never done it before. So today I'm going to be talking all about my top 10 all-time favorite horror movies of all time. For those of you who don't know, horror movies are my all-time favorite thing in the entire world. It's my favorite movie genre. It's the only time I go to theaters as if it is a horror movie. I love them so much. It's like every time I'm sitting down watching a movie or going to the movies, it is usually always a horror movie. So I'm going to be talking all about my top 10 favorites, and then I'm also going to be mentioning just some honorable mentions that didn't quite make it into my favorites, but ones that I really truly like. So yeah, I just have like a little list on my phone of the 10 that I like, and they're in no particular order. Like I don't have it from like my favorite to my least favorite. I just kind of have them jotted down as to what came to mind first. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. And the very first one that I have on my list is the 1978 Halloween franchise. For those of you who do not know who that is the killer Michael Myers, and it is where on Halloween night he goes back to Haddonfield, Illinois, where he tries to kill everyone in the town to get to his sister. That's basically the gist of how that movie goes, and it started back in 1978 with Jamie Lee Curtis, and honestly it is number one on my list, and it is also my all-time favorite movie of all time. The very first Halloween movie and then all of the movies after that I truly really enjoy. Now the reason why I say 1978 is because there are remakes of the Halloween movie. I'm not sure when this was made. 2007. There is a 2007 Halloween remake done by Rob Zombie, which I actually own. And I do like it. It's okay, but honestly, my all-time favorite is the Halloween from 1978. I love that whole franchise. The remakes are kind of in a different category for me just because you just can't go wrong with the classics, and I'm a huge classics person when it comes to horror movies, so definitely Halloween is my all-time favorite. Michael Myers is definitely my favorite villain. I will probably have him tattooed on me someday. Mark my words, it'll probably happen. So the next movie that I have on my list for my top 10 favorites is, of course, the Chucky franchise. So if you guys don't know who Chucky is, basically there's kind of like a little preview of what he looks like. It's basically this doll who comes to life from the killer, the serial killer Robert Lee Ray. He transfers his soul into this doll, and then the doll becomes like a mass murderer. Again, I absolutely love these movies. I own every single one that has ever been made. I even own Bride of Chucky twice. I have it in this pack, and then I have it right here. I love these movies. Again, they're just classics. Like, it started back in 1988, and it's just been going on ever since then. And it's just an amazing franchise. Like, I just really enjoy those movies. It doesn't scare me. Like, Chucky the doll doesn't actually scare me. Like, I've never had nightmares. Same with Halloween. I just really like these movies. Like, I enjoy watching them. I enjoy the story. I enjoy the aspect of the movie. Definitely Chucky is like one of my all-time favorites. He comes to a close second with Michael Myers. Okay, and then the third movie that I have on my list is from 1973, and that is The Exorcist. If you guys have never seen this movie and you're really like sensitive to scary things, don't watch this movie. This movie is absolutely fantastic. So basically me and this movie have a past. Like, when I was really young, my dad used to own this on VHS, and when we were really young we would try to sneak out into the living room to try to watch it when he was watching it. We were really young at the time, and so every time we would get glimpses from this movie, me and my sister, I kid you not, had nightmares for at least 10 years. Like, that's how bad this movie scared us. And then that's kind of when my obsession with horror movies started, kind of, because honestly, like, okay, so when it comes to horror movies and me, my all-time favorite types of horror movies are movies that involve like possession or demons or exorcisms or things like that. Those are my all-time favorite types of horror movies to watch because they are so scary. So basically this movie back in 1973, it was quite a shock for people to see a movie like this coming out. So this kind of started the whole possession, demons, fear in people, and it really brought on a whole bunch of other movies surrounding this aspect. effect, which I really like. So this movie kind of started it all for me, so every time I see a movie that comes out that has to do with like demons or possession, I get really giddy. I just really like that stuff because it scares me so much. But yeah, this movie is definitely in my favorites. It's a classic, absolutely love it. It's a must-see, must-have. I definitely own it. The one movie, yes, this movie does scare me pretty bad, but the one Exorcist movie that I have trouble watching to this day, like it scares me that much, is this one. And that is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even begin to explain my fear when I watch this movie. Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not real. I mean, it's based on true events, but it's not like, you know, it's not real. It's just a movie. But I don't know why. This movie just scares the shit out of me. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just terrifying. Like, I just don't know what it is. The actress in it, which is Jennifer Carpenter from White Chicks, she plays Emily Rose, so she plays the girl who gets possessed by multiple demons. And this movie is actually based on true events of a girl. I think it's in Germany. I can't remember her real name or anything, but it's basically based on true events of her possession. And I think that's the one thing that scares me, is that there was someone who went through something like this, and it just scares me. But she's a phenomenal actress in this movie. In this movie, when she's all like twisting and contorting, they didn't use like a dummy at all. She did all of that herself, which is absolutely amazing. They actually said during the Exorcist part of filming this movie, they actually had to stop halfway through it because they were all so scared. Jennifer Carpenter, the girl who played Emily Rose, like I just said, they said that she was being so real and just doing such a good job that everyone on the set was so scared. So they actually had to stop halfway through and just kind of take a break. And the entire time they did film this movie, they actually had a priest present, just in case anything were to stir up from filming this movie. At least that's what I read about this. But yeah, this is the #1 movie that scares me to death. I just thought I would kind of add that into this video, but definitely on my next is The Exorcist and all exorcism movies. The next movie on my list, I don't actually own it yet, but I have seen it multiple times. I have it on my PS3 right now, and that is The Conjuring from 2013. So it is a newer, more recent horror movie. I saw it back in theaters when it came out. I think it was like July of 2013, yeah, so like 2 years ago. So that movie's 2 years old, and I love that movie. Obsessed with it. It's one of my favorites. It's so creepy. Again, it has to do with possession and demons and things like that, and I just love it. So basically, it's about a family who moves to a farmhouse in the middle of the country, and little do they know that house has a very creepy past. Like, there's people who have committed suicide there, there's just hauntings going on, and they have no idea. And eventually it takes a toll on the family, and one of the family members ends up getting possessed and exorcised by the Warren couple, which, if you don't know who Ed and Lorraine Warren are, they are demonologists who go and study different hauntings. I personally love them. Unfortunately, Ed Warren has passed on, but Lorraine Warren is still around and she's still doing her thing. But I absolutely love that movie. It's creepy. The next little franchise that I have on my list of favorite horror movies is the HELLRAISER franchise back in 1987. So again, we're kind of going back in time. I don't actually own any of them. They are all on my PS3, but I don't actually own any hard copies. I used to, but I honestly don't know what happened to them. But yeah, I really like the HELLRAISER movies. They're very, very old, kind of cheesy in a way. The effects aren't really that great. Again, those movies don't scare me. I just really like them. I just like the time period, and I really like the HELLRAISER movies. Again, they're classics. I do not like all of them. I only like the first and the second one. The rest of them are kind of dumb, cheesy, stupid. The remakes are god-awful. So, yeah, I only like the first two, but I watch them every year on Halloween. The next movie that I have on my list for this video is The Ring. When I was around, let's see, this was 2003 or 2002? 2003. It's okay. So this one is The Ring, and it came out in 2003, and basically it's about a little girl named Samara, and she's basically was killed by her mother by being thrown down into a well, and she lived in that well for 7 days. So basically, there's mysterious deaths happening when people watch a videotape. They get a phone call that says in 7 days you will die, and basically on the 7th day Samara comes back for revenge out of the well, and you know, kills you. So the ring basically is at the top of the well. When the stone is pushed on top of it, there's like a ring of daylight. That's basically where the movie title came from. It's based on a Japanese movie called Ringu, I think. I love these movies. They're freaking amazing. I own the first one and the second one. Again, the first one is a lot better than the second one, but I really do enjoy both. Naomi Watts, she's the actress in both of these movies, and I absolutely love her. She's just phenomenal. The next movie that I have for this video is something I don't actually own a hard copy of, but I do have a shirt of it, and that is The Evil Dead, both from the, when was it? 1981, and then the remake in 2013. Awesome movie. So basically, again, it's about demons and possessions and all that creepy sort of stuff, so automatically I know I'm gonna like it. Basically, it's about these kids. They all kind of go out to a cabin just to kind of chill and relax, and they come across this book, which is the Book of the Dead, or the NECA, can't think of the name of it, but it's basically the Book of the Dead, and they recite 3 words and it awakens demons from hell, and they have a whole night of just living hell. So the original is really creepy, really good. I first saw it on IFC when I was really young and became obsessed with it. And then the remake in 2013, it's a little bit different, but really, really good. Really scary, freaked me out. Went and saw it in theaters, absolutely loved it. Definitely, I really like both of them for sure. The next 2 that I have are, again, really old classic horror movies, and the first one is from 1980, and that is The Shining with Jack Nicholson. It is from the Stephen King story, and it's basically about a family who watches a hotel during the winter season, and the hauntings from the hotel start to overwhelm the father, and he tries to kill his family. Basically, that's what The Shining is, and I love that movie. Again, saw it when I was really, really young. My dad used to own it on VHS. I do own it, but it's in my dad's room, so I don't have it like in front of me. But I do own that movie. It's really, really good. Really scared me and my sister when we were young, especially like the 2 creepy little girls. Come play with us, Danny. Like, no, bitch, I will stay right here. The next one that is from 1960 is, of course, an Alfred Hitchcock movie, and that is Psycho. That movie, so good. If you've never seen it, then I don't know what you're doing with your life, because it's amazing. Alfred Hitchcock is like the master of creepiness and the master of horror movies. He's really good. Basically, it's about a woman who is trying to run away with her lover or boyfriend at the time, and she was supposed to deposit money but never did, so she's on the run from her, I think it's her boss, and she comes across this hotel because she's driving all night and gets kind of tired, comes across this hotel that has no one in it, and the hotel owner, Mr. Norman Bates, basically invites her in, and he ends up killing her, and then it leads into this whole investigation of who killed her, where is her killer. In Norman Bates, there's like a weird twist at the end, so yeah, it's a really good movie. It's really old, it's in black and white. Psycho is just iconic in so many ways, especially the music. Like, if you've heard the music, then you have definitely heard of Psycho. And then the very last movie that I have on my list of top 10 favorite horror movies is the Nightmare on Elm Street series with Freddy Krueger. Again, I do not like the entire franchise just because I think as the years went on, they just got horrible and cheesy. My ultimate favorites are the first and the second one. The first one for sure, because that was actually Johnny Depp's very first film, and I love Johnny Depp, for those of you who don't know. He will be my second husband. No, but yeah, that was actually Johnny Depp's very first movie ever. For the auditions for that part, he actually went with his friend who was originally auditioning for the part, and they saw Johnny Depp and they said, you're perfect for the part. So that's basically how he got it, and that's basically how his acting career took off, is because of that movie. It's basically where Freddy Krueger, he's like this creepy looking burned up guy. There's like a whole other story on how that came to be. If you want to watch the movie, you can go ahead and find that out. But basically, it's about where when you fall asleep, he comes to you in your dreams, and if you die in your dream, you die for real. So it's just kind of that creepy atmosphere. I really like it. The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street is absolutely horrible. Like, it's so dumb. The makeup in the remake is just so awfully terribly done. It's just bad. So I really only like the first and second one, and those are the ones that I usually always watch and always will watch. Okay, so those were my top 10 all-time favorite horror movies. Now I'm going to be mentioning just some honorable mentions that I really like. First off, we have The Lost Boys, all three of them. Also, we have, of course, Carrie. For those of you who don't know, it's another Stephen King film about a girl who can telepathically move things with her mind and basically sets her whole fucking school on fire. Really good movie. It's a classic Stephen King, really old. I think this is 1976. Next one we have here is Cabin Fever. If you guys have never seen this movie, it's kind of creepy. It's like about a flesh-eating disease. Really good. I like that one. Of course, Amityville Horror. You have to like Amityville Horror. It's just amazing. Based on a true story about this true house. Ed and Lorraine Warren also worked on this case as well. This was made in 1979. Really good movie. Really kind of creepy. It's basically about hauntings, things like that. They make tons of remakes of these, and they're pretty good. I really like the Amityville Horror Possession. Obviously it's about possession, so I like that one. The remakes are okay, but of course you gotta go with this one for the first spot. Next we kind of have like a thriller movie, and that is definitely Silence of the Lambs. This is like one of my all-time favorite movies. I wouldn't really call it a horror movie. I would say it is more on the thriller side of things, but it is really good. It's about Hannibal Lecter, and it has Anthony Hopkins in it, which he's amazing. He's like one of my favorite actors, and same with Jodie Foster. She's also one of my favorite actresses, so this is a really good movie. I love that. And then of course we have Orphan. This is actually my sister's movie because she really likes it, and I saw this movie and I was really impressed with it. I thought it was really good. It has like a twist at the end that you're not expecting. It's just overall kind of creepy, so definitely a really good one as well. I'm sure I have at least 25 more that I could talk about in this video, but I don't want to make this video too long, and I have a hair somewhere on me. There we go. So I don't want to make this video too long by rambling, but yes, those were basically some of my all-time favorite horror movies that I enjoy watching. Let me know in the comments what your all-time favorite horror movie is, or if you don't like horror movies at all, let me know what your all-time favorite movie is down in the comments. I would love to know. But yeah, that is everything that I have for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe down to my channel. We are almost to 100,000 subscribers, and you know what that means. As soon as the date hits where I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm getting a YouTube tattoo. So make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more, including the tattoo. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Love you!